Hello, everyone. For today, we're going to be talking about something specific for our pet tip of the week with Dr. Hunter at Main Street Veterinary Clinic. Today, Dr. Hunter, we're talking about food, the things we eat. Should our pets also be eating what we're eating?
For the most part, the answer is no.
Okay.
and there's a bunch of reasons behind that. The first reason is there's some things that make our dogs and cats very, very sick, such as chocolate is one of them. Now, granted, a little tiny Hershey's Kiss is probably not going to be bad, but it's a dose-dependent thing, so we don't want the dog getting into our holiday candy, our baker's chocolate, those types of things. So trying to avoid purposely giving it to them may make it a little less likely they steal it, if seen.
Mm-hmm.
Other things we look at is, I get a lot of questions is, well, Doc, I feed my dog from the table. And it's one of those things that, do we all do it? Yes, we probably all do it to a degree.
They beg, they want it so bad, don't they?
Absolutely. And I know I can't make everybody not do it. However, the rules of thumbs are kind of like this. Basically, you want our food to be less than 10% of what they eat on a 24-hour basis. Okay. So therefore, they're still getting the majority of their nutrition from a properly organized dog food. Mm-hmm. And then the things we look at is every dog is different. I'm sorry, some dogs could eat the kitchen sink and they'd be fine. And others eat one little tiny sliver of chicken from next door here, and lo and behold, they're sick and at the hospital for the next week. Mm-hmm. So it's the biggest thing of watching what you do. No fried stuff. Stay well away from any pork type products because those will send animals in a tailspin. Hence the reason you don't go to the grocery store and find pork chop flavored dog food. Okay. They love it. It tastes great. After about 2 or 3 days, it doesn't agree with them.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the pork definitely is, you can just pretty much rule that out. You don't need to be feeding them that.
Absolutely. I know people that have gotten away with bacon and those things, but the thing is, just stay away from those products on there. If we put a lot of spice on our food, don't give that to the dogs. It just will tear their tummies up. And then another big question I have is bones. Yeah. What about the steak bone, the chicken bones, those things? Again, in a perfect world, no, you don't do it, especially the chicken bones, because depending on how well it's cooked, depends on how soft the bone is and if it could truly digest well. Okay. So stay away from it. With your big steak bones, etc., yes, I'm going to tell you, don't do it. But if you do, make sure it's a big enough bone for the size of your dog. So you don't want to give your 100-pound Labrador a little teensy-weensy little pork chop bone because it's potentially going to cause you some problems. That's the thing, is just look at it and look at how does your dog react. Do they gnaw it or do they swallow it whole?
And they don't need to be swallowing it whole. And even the chicken bones, right, they can kind of break up and maybe scratch them or worse.
Absolutely, and that's what we worry about, is we worry about with bones, even raw hides that you can find in the grocery store every single day, in the pet stores, is if the dog takes too big of a bite, yes, it could cut, scratch, irritate, get plugged up along the way. So those are the cautions. That's why we say try to stay away from them.
Try to stay away from them. Thank you, Dr. Hunter. We appreciate that. And now we will go see our pet of the week. All right, everyone, meet Pepper. This looks to be a year old. He was a stray, so he's looking for somebody to get into a good family with. Seemed very mild-mannered for being a stray, wanting to just come here, of course, to get a good home, and that's what we're doing here with the idea behind these segments. We're naming this guy Pepper, and looks to be about a year old. Brindle, obviously mixed with something else, not sure of what all that is, but looking to be a good medium-sized dog. If you're interested in Pepper, then call the Lumberton Police Department and they will connect you to Lumberton Animal Control. You can get Pepper a good home for the summer. Thanks for joining us for this week's Save a Pet. I'm Jessica Guidry.